No, it's not. I always want to do that, though. No, it's not. No, it's Celebrity Liar. Welcome to Celebrity Liar. My actual name is Andrew Hill Newman, and I am standing next to the only Ivy League educated chat jockey on the entire internet, Jessie Schneiderman.
Hi, guys. I didn't know that.
The game we play here is simple. Two celebrities are going to tell you the exact same personal story as if it happened to them. In truth, it only happened to one of them. It's going to be up to you to decide who's the liar.
And I'm going to help you decide. So log into the chat room, and I'm going to be there in the chat room with you, passing along your questions and your comments to the celebrities. And then, after you vote for who you think the liar is, I'm going to announce the results.
Yeah, it's the greatest interactive experience you can possibly have. So why don't you get into the chat room, and why don't you get into the chat room? And if you want to know how to get into the chat room, if you're still on the front page of theroomlive.com, click on the little bar where it says chat and view larger, and you'll be able to do just both those things. You can log into the chat room. It's really easy. You'll see the voting box there for when we vote. But let's make with the celebrities. Our first guest is one of the stars of iCarly, the comedy cavalcade that is consistently the most watched show on Nickelodeon. His fine work has also been seen on shows like Drake and Josh and Crossing Jordan, to name but two. It has been my pleasure to shovel comedy coal into his steam engine of hilarity for the last 2 years, Jerry Trainor. Welcome, Jerry. Welcome.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to have some steaming comedy.
Yes, steam. I will shovel.
It will be something steaming.
You will be playing against a very talented actor with impeccable taste in music. On television, you currently love him on White Collar, and in the past, you've loved him on Sex and the City, John from Cincinnati, and of course, The Watcher. On the big screen, you've enjoyed him in some fine films, including It's a Shame About Ray and Sex and the City, and of course, the Sex and the City sequel, which is about to blow up any day now, Willie Garson. Woo! Greetings, Willie.
Greetings.
So you both know how this game is played?
Yes.
I've heard.
Willie and Jerry have been exchanging personal stories just before we went on. I don't know what they are, but they are all represented in this, the Bowl of Stories. We've also selected at random who will be going first, and Jerry won that draw.
By
and
picking
Jerry,
the Ace of Hearts.
Yes, the Ace of Hearts. Yep. And why is it Hearts?
Because you love us being here so much.
I love you both for being here. Jerry, we've got 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
You are the first one to tell us the story that we call rejection.
This is a classic, and it shaped me. When I was in 5th grade, I had a crush on a girl that was way out of my league, and I should have known that she was way out of my league because she was the pretty girl in the class, and I was me. And I decided, this was right when everybody was starting to like go with each other, which I didn't really know what it meant, but I wanted to go with her. If I was going to go with anybody, it was with her. And so I decided one night or one afternoon to get up the courage and call her, and I chickened out. She answered the phone, and when I called her, I just went, "What's the math homework?" And she gave me the math homework. I hung up. Thank you very much. Hung up. And I was pretty bummed, and my sister, who's 3 years older, said, I'll call. So she got on the phone and called and said, "Are you sure you don't want to go with Jerry?" She said, "Yeah." Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. I hadn't asked her, so Liz, yeah, I know. Who's lying? This really happened to me. Liz, my sister, called her and said, "Hey, he was too shy. He wanted to ask if you wanted to go with him." And she said, "Oh, that's sweet, no." And then my friend Ryan, to quicken this up, basically, then he called and said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." So then the next day, to sort of avoid the class lineup, I wanted to just go right into the class and sort of not see anybody and distance myself from everybody. And so I went in, I was by myself, and the bell rang, and the entire class came in, and in unison they all went, rejection! And they were like just pointing, laughing, and my head went right down on the desk. Thank you.
I have a similar story, but I believe mine.
Yeah.
It very well may be true. But Willie, I understand something similar may or may not have happened to you.
Well, I mean, Jerry tells an interesting tale, but the reality is that I was actually in 4th grade, and the girl's name was Beth, and people were starting to go out with people, and I didn't know what that actually meant, like go out where. So, but I was absolutely so in love with her that I was going to die if she wouldn't go out with me. So I did finally get up the courage, and I called up, and she answered the phone, and I said, hi, and then there was silence. She said, why are you calling me? I said, what's the math homework? And she said, the math homework is problems 1 through 6. I said, thanks, and hung up the phone. I was really bummed out. I went to my sister, who's 10 years older than me, so I said, I don't know what to do. I'm so in love with her. And she said, I'm going to take care of it. She calls Beth and says, listen, Willie wants to go out with you. And she said, I don't want to go out with Willie. And she hung up the phone. She came and told me that there's going to be many other women throughout my life, and told me this whole, of course I wanted to kill myself. And so fine, I go to school the next day. I want to avoid Beth at all costs. I sneak into class early. I diesel my way in, so I'm waiting. There's no one in the class. The bell rings, all the kids start coming in, and they're all walking in like this. And Beth has told probably only like 2 people, but then, 2 people told 2 people and 2 people. And it was like the biggest laugh in the world that Beth would even consider going out with me to nowhere, by the way. And it was the ultimate rejection. And that's it. Absolutely true.
Lie.
Speaking of rejection, you can reject either one of them by voting for them as the liar, and you should begin your voting now. We're going to all ask them some questions to see if we can get to the truth of this matter, but you'll see there's a voting box right there next to the chat window. Go ahead and vote when you think you know who the liar is. They don't want your vote. They want you to believe them.
Oh, so they're voting for the liar.
They're voting for the liar, but you're going to get points if they believe you. You get no points if they vote for you as the liar. I want to begin with a question. Both of you, you didn't think it would make it more embarrassing if your older sister called? I mean, this was supposed to be a fix.
Look, go ahead.
There was not thinking it through.
Yeah.
I remember we were in my garage, and it was sort of like, I was sort of pressured. My friends were there, my sister was there. I was sort of like pressured, just do it, just do it. And so I called, and I chickened out. And so then it just sort of went from there.
Do you remember this girl's name?
Jessica Stanton.
Jessica?
Where is she now?
It's Jessica Stanton online right now.
She's in the room.
So Willie, getting your 10-year older sister to call the girl.
Well, no, it wasn't my sister. It wasn't my choice that my sister called. My sister was very protective. She's 10 years older than me. She
and in your version of it, there was no Ryan who called.
No, there was no one. There was no one else. I was completely alone. I had definitely shared my feelings about Beth to Eric and Eddie, my 2 best friends, but. No, I just went and told my sister, and my sister said, I'm going to take care of this, which is how my sister always does.
I'm guessing whoever this really happened to, one of the reasons Beth or Jessica told everybody was because you had your sister call. Any questions from the chat room, Jessie?
We do have some questions.
Oh, good.
Kate Shoup, who says she is a huge fan of yours, wants to know, how do you remember that it was 23 years ago? Was the rejection that bad? Was it, Jerry?
How do I remember that?
23, it's a specific number.
That was like one of the most traumatic things ever. The entire class came in, and I even remember the teacher was there laughing. She was like, oh, kids, with their and they were like, yeah, it was horrible. I was by myself.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, terrible.
It's very easy to remember.
It's a good answer.
Good answer.
It was 5th grade for me too, by the way. Almost a very similar thing.
Interesting.
With my older brother and me.
Yeah, 4th grade. That little tidbit seems not believable.
Really?
It's a little
That's
too
weird
young,
because
almost.
it's Mrs. Stevens' class. I can tell you exactly what room it was. Room
Generic
14,
name.
Hamilton School.
A generic name, Mrs. Stevens.
Interesting. There is the too many details factor, too.
There's nothing generic, by the way. Mrs. Stevens had a stroke.
Go ahead.
Oh,
To have her face
she's
like-
dead now.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you
Jerry.
haven't already, go ahead and vote for who you think the liar is. Is it Willie Garson or is it Jerry Trainor? One more question from the chat room, Jess?
We got a lot of questions. Senor Shutter says, Willie, what year did this happen?
what year
Do
did
you
it?
know your years as well as Jerry does?
I do know my years. Well, I'm very old. Let's not forget this. So I was born in 1964. This was 1973.
Wow, that's an exact
So,
date.
so you can actually imagine the size of the bottom of my pants at the time. I was wearing elephant bottoms.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Bong,
Don't go anyplace
bong.
bad. Don't go anyplace
I'm
bad.
not. I'm right.
I was the first boy to wear bell bottoms to Edgewood School.
Really?
My elementary school.
Really? And they let you graduate?
Yeah, not really. We'll take one more question, Jess, from the chat room, then we got to move on to story number 2. And keep voting. If you haven't voted yet, Willie Garson or Jerry Trainor? Who's the
Okay,
liar?
this is a question from, Telemundo says Jerry's lying. And then Kate Shoup, your huge fan, says she's heard the story a million times. She knows that it's true, but I'm not sure if she's telling the truth. So I really don't know what to believe.
Wait, this
here.
person knows me?
Well, no,
And
she
her-
says she's a huge fan.
She's a Jerry booster.
Like, have I told the story before in public?
That's what she's saying. That's why I don't believe it, because clearly.
I think she may be saying it just to sway the room
Yeah.
against Willie because she doesn't want Jerry to lose, is a guess. But I'm going to write down who I think the liar
Tell it loud
is.
and proud, Kate
Age, age of Shoup?
Shoup. Yeah, what is there a number in her name?
no number, just Shoup.
Jesse, do
Shoot.
you think you know who's lying?
I did, but then I've gone back and forth because the stumble really got me.
Yeah, it got me too.
The stumble got me, but
I
then
started forgetting little bits.
of your own life, and it's true, it does happen.
But doesn't that happen?
Yeah.
Isn't that natural?
But then I
Isn't
feel
it-
like
if you
Willie
Very
might have just
natural?
made up that date.
Yeah, especially he said 73, which
But
means
I
he's
never said a
nine
date.
in 4th grade. Isn't that a little young? I don't know.
Why did
you
he
do
have
the
to
math.
get stuck with a date? Because I never said a date.
I have an 8-year-old sitting right here who's in the 3rd grade.
Oh, darn.
So,
Oh,
who's
no.
my 8-year-old.
Okay, I'm going to close up the voting. Jesse, let us know. I've marked down who I think the liar is. Who does the audience think the liar is?
Listen, it's not a landslide, so we were in the right direction.
All right.
But 60% of the voters think that Jerry is lying.
They say Jerry's lying. I got to say, Telemundo and 60% of you, I agreed. Who did you think was lying, Jesse?
I think it was Jerry. But
Okay.
Kate Shoup really swayed my vote.
Will the real
You betrayed me.
liar please raise your hand and reveal yourself to us?
Totally betrayed me.
Sorry, Jerry. No!
Oh!
Well done, sir. Well done.
Well done.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
no.
Willie, because they believed you and you were lying, you get 2 points.
Oh,
You'd get 1 point if you were telling the
I'm a
truth.
good
and they believed
liar.
you.
Come on!
You know, they're not just playing for the honor of winning. They are playing for cold, hard potential cash. We give away Mega Millions tickets here, and the winner of today's game will get 5 chances at winning up to $20 million. And I'm sure, being celebrities, they will donate an undisclosed yet generous portion of their winnings to a worthy charity. So why don't you let us know who you're playing for, Jerry?
I am planning to potentially donate a large sum of money to the Children's Cancer Research Fund.
A very, very worthy cause. And you, Willie?
$1 million to split we'll make a generous donation to the Alliance for Children's Rights
Sure.
here in Los Angeles, and also West Side Children's Center, who both of those wonderful nonprofits
I have
helped
played in a
me.
poker tournament to support
That's
one
right.
of them.
They both helped me adopt my beautiful child, Nathan.
Well,
Sear.
it's all good work. I'm a big fan of Nathan. But I think it's time to move on to story number 2. Willie, you're going to go first this time.
Uh-oh.
As I reach deep within the bowl of
No
stories.
one's going to believe anything I say now.
Well, no, because you did it really well the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did well.
Ah,
I don't think anyone's going to believe anything Jerry says.
Thanks, guys.
please
Thanks.
tell us the story that we call hostile or hostile, depending on where you're from and how you say it.
Hostile.
Why are you so hostile?
Hostile. Oh, okay. No, but it's written as
Did you
hostile.
forget this
Hostile,
story,
like-
Willie Garson?
No, but she spelled it hostile, like
yes.
angry. No, it's not. It's not hostile. Okay.
This is already bad.
Okay, my friends, John and Keith and I were backpacking throughout Europe, and we had it was really exciting. Never been there, and we had our budget was $5 a day, and $5 a day, $3 got you a youth hostel, not hostile. A youth
That's
hostel.
what I was wondering.
But youth hostel also gets you breakfast.
Yes.
And then we would pool our extra $2, and we'd go to some deli or whatever the equivalent is, and just point at salami or ham and some cheese and some bread, and we would go sit in a park and eat. And that was our $5 a day. So it was really fun until it wasn't. Then it was like, oh, well, this is getting old every city we go to. So anyway, we make our way down from England, down through France, to the south of France. We get to Nice, and it's very ritzy down there. We get over to Monte Carlo, which I had heard about my whole life, and I am a gambler, and I was all excited to be there. There's a public beach in Monte Carlo that's literally like 7 feet wide. And on both sides is like mega money resorts. And I'm sitting there, and I look over, and the lady is going, "Hey, you," like in some unidentifiable European accent. And I look over, and it's like a 55-year-old woman. Her skin is actually a handbag. She's leather. She's a wallet. And she's like,
so wallet.
"What are you boys doing?" And I said, "Oh, we're just backpacking." She said, "Come on my yacht." She takes us out on her yacht, and it's like the richest thing ever. She takes us out to dinner at a marina. And I start to realize it's just us and her crew, and we're prostitutes to her. And it's like, you have to be at the youth hostel at like 10:30 or else they lock the door. And we're like, we have to go back to the youth hostel. And she drops, they has the crew pull us up to the marina, drop us off, and we go back to the hostel, being prostitutes for the whole day. That actually happened.
I have questions.
I'll bet.
It's a very interesting story, but I understand something
Very interesting.
similar may have happened to you, Jeff.
He's very good at adding details, little tidbits. Yes, something that the truth happened to me. We did not have a budget, but yes, right after I graduated as a theater major from UCSB, my buddy Ryan and Jeff, we decided we're going backpacking through Europe. And we were staying at youth hostels, although there was no budget. We were loaded, not really. But mainly we were supposed to be going to museums, but we were mainly just drinking in pubs and bars. And we took the overnight train down to Nice, into Monaco, ended up at Monte Carlo. And yes, sure enough, there was a very, very rich beach, but there was like a 8-foot public space where we could enjoy the water and the sun. And we hear this voice, "Are you there? You boys, what are you doing?" And we turn. Sure enough, there is a like 60-year-old Gucci bag standing there in a very unflattering one-piece bikini with jewelry. And we're like, we're backpacking. She says, come on my yacht. And we follow her inexplicably onto this giant yacht. And we realize very quickly that it's us, her, and her crew, and no one else on a very spacious yacht. And so that's when we turn to each other and we're like, oh, we're her boys. Oh, she's hired boys for the day, and we are those prostitutes that she's hired. We should get back. And we were like, oh, yeah, we're staying at a hostel, it closes at 10:30. We should get back. And she was just, basically, it was very awkward because she was just sort of staring at us the whole time, thinking we would do things, but we were very American and prudish, so we didn't. And she dropped us off. And we went back to the hostel.
Wow. It's a great story, whoever it's true for. Go ahead and start your voting if you already know who the liar is. I'm not sure, but you can vote for either Willie or Jerry. As I've said before, they don't want your vote.
It's Farson Garson.
Yeah, there you
He's
go.
Farson.
I think he may be Farson this time, to be honest with you. Is this the same Ryan that backed up the
Yeah,
phone call?
exactly.
No, different. T. Ryan. This one was T. Ryan. Thomas Ryan.
Oh, interesting.
And by the way, now they really said rejection in unison?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Oh, yeah. They had talked about it.
I don't mean to digress.
They had talked about it out
Not
in
in
the
my
schoolyard.
version. Not in my lying
You
version.
had this.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd it go, Willie? How'd it go?
Let me ask you this. I have this question about the story you just told.
Yes.
Was there ever an awkward moment where the 60-year-old Gucci bag really tried for some canoodling, or was this just like a awkward talking, never?
It was awkward talking. There was no like fondling or anything like that.
Jesus.
Jesus.
What was I gonna say?
Or hand holding, or I understand.
Fondling.
No, it was just really awkward. It was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
awkward.
okay. And
Do I get a chance to? I mean.
you do. Let me
Okay.
ask you this: did the hostel really close at 10, or were you just?
Yeah.
saying
No.
that as an excuse?
Really? The hostel is in Menton, France, which is right next to Monte Carlo, and it closed. I believe it was 10:30, and you had to be in, or they lock the door because they don't want. It's not supposed to be like a Club Med. In there.
It's interesting. Jesse, any questions from the chat room? Go ahead and vote if you already have made up your mind. I'm still on the fence.
There are some questions. We had one that you sort of asked, but from Texas, he said he wanted to know from both of you, did the cougar take advantage of you? And if so, did you have to go after starboard?
Wow. Wow.
Is that inappropriate?
Interesting.
I don't know. I thought it might be inappropriate, but
Jeez, that's
Then I
It's
just
disturbing.
said it.
nautical. It's all nautical. It's all
Disturbing.
right.
it's all nautical.
Well, I'll tell. I mean, she made it very clear. She went on the yacht every summer. Her husband was like the sunglass king of South America, and she
That's what I was gonna say.
and
And now
she-
it sounds like he's telling the truth.
and she made this whole thing that like she was alone for the summer on her yacht, and she was not wearing a one piece. More disturbingly, she was wearing a two-piece. Yeah, and it was very like lounging around. Would you like more wine? Would you like? I mean, it was really creepy. And it was like, and I remember, as college boys do, we were saying like, "Would you? Are you good?" So we started to figure it out like when we're on the boat, like, oh my God, this is like she thinks we're rent boys.
So the sunglass thing, that is in your story too?
Yes, that's true. She was like the heir, or her husband is like the heir to like the Varney fortune, something.
The
to that
Jim
effect.
Varney fortune.
Hey, sunglasses. Any other questions from the
We
chat
got a
room?
lot of questions. This is from BMC 500 for Jerry. How long did she keep you on the yacht, and how did you get off?
Well, we were there.
What I'm wondering.
We were there all day.
How dare
I mean, we were there. I mean, it was probably the afternoons because the sun was sort of going. It was like 3 to like 7-ish. I mean, the sun was
What
going
was your
down.
exit? Were you like, listen,
Yeah, we're
we
like-
gotta get back to our hostel?
That's exactly what we were like. Oh, the hostel's gonna close, and we
Okay.
should go. We should go because we're not gonna take off our clothes.
Any other questions?
I don't get
from
to
the
answer
chat?
the same question.
No, if they ask Jerry, they ask
Oh,
Jerry.
okay. All right.
Thanks, BMC.
Go ahead and vote if you haven't to. And remember, they don't want your vote. They want you to believe them. So whoever a majority of you vote for, they're going to lose this round.
I have a question for you
Go
guys.
ahead.
This is a little thing I was wondering. So this woman, who's clearly from Europe somewhere, speaks English.
It's South America. She's from South America, actually.
Oh.
She summers there.
Because I was going to ask you, how do you not know where she was from? You never said, hey, we're on your yacht. Where are you from?
Do you remember where she was from?
Well, I do remember she was from South America, but I think I want to say it was Rio or something, but I don't remember exactly. But I do remember it was an indistinguishable like Euro accent, like the international accent.
Do you know where she
Yeah,
hailed
we were
from?
kids. Let's
She
not
was
forget
from
we're
France.
She was French.
She was from France.
kids. Interesting.
But she
She
spoke
was.
English.
She was the Varney is like a French company.
Yeah.
But it was very like.
Wow. Say France.
I don't know.
Say France again.
Actually, no,
Say
I can't
France
say
one more time.
She was from France, from the French area.
Oh,
of
okay.
France. I don't know. I actually don't know where she might not have been from France
But she
or
lived there
Paris
now.
or wherever in France, Garson. She might not have been there originally, actually, now that I think of it. But that's where she was
Interesting.
from.
Interesting.
Or hailed from, and that's where they,
Yes, Schneiderpants.
I've got a really interesting question.
calling
This is from
Schneiderpants?
Telemundo. Schneiderpants. It's
Okay.
It's just between.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a
No,
Twitter
I'm
thing.
just kidding. It's my name.
Oh.
Telemundo wants to know, I'm wondering, what's the names of these Cougars' yachts?
Oh, do you remember
Oh.
the name painted on the thing?
No idea. No memory at all.
Looks like Jerry's trying to make one up.
SS Fun Times. No, I don't remember.
Skanky Cougar, I think was the name of the yacht.
All right, go ahead and vote if you haven't already. Who's the liar? Is Willie lying or is Jerry lying? One more question from the chat room.
One more question from the chat room.
Unless they've already
unless there isn't
decided.
one.
Why did you go with her?
We were adventuring.
Both of you.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, since Jerry was not telling the complete tale, you know, as I said, she said, come on the yacht, we'll cruise around, and there's this wonderful place for dinner. And she took us to this crazy, I think it was in Cap Ferrat, which is the next city, a marina where we pulled up to a restaurant, and we had like real food. It was like our first actual meal that we'd had in like 3 weeks. And then it was like, that's why it was an issue. It's like, hey, listen, we got it. You know, I'm sorry, we really got to get back because they're going to lock. And then we're going to be on the street. And all our stuff is at the youth hostel.
This is crazy. You're making up like cities.
All right, I'm
Actual city.
gonna close up the
It's in
voting.
the France.
Jesse, have people voted?
People have voted.
And has the audience spoken? Is there a decisive
Landslide.
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 Margin of victory here?
You know, it's not a landslide, but
Darn it.
It's very interesting. Do you want to hear it?
I do.
What? Let's.
I'm dying to hear this.
Who do they think is lying?
60% think that Jerry's the liar.
Really?
Jerry,
I gotta
I'm so
say, this
sorry.
time, before we reveal it, and don't worry, you'll have a chance to catch up in the lightning round. I said that Willie is the liar. Jesse, who did you think was lying?
The one thing that's bothering me is that Willie was going on a budget of $5 a day, and I'm
Too
just
small.
like, that's not. Have you been to Europe?
I remember the
I'm
books.
in my 70s.
I remember the books that it was that cheap. That's the other thing that tipped me to. You lied to him too? Okay.
He gets extra dessert for that.
I don't know, audience. I thought Willie was lying. I think you've traveled extensively through Europe, but I don't know that this was your story. Will the real liar please somehow reveal yourself to us?
Oh.
All right, I was wrong. You all in the audience were correct. The score is 3-0, but the game is not over. It
We
is
were
time.
dinnering at Cap Ferrat.
It is.
He's telling me the story in the bathroom. I'm like,
Have you
you
ever?
remember this? Monte Carlo's in Monaco? Okay.
It was like I was giving him a chemistry test. Like that's how.
All the stories were so easy. Like these lowball stories. And he's like, I'm summering in Europe.
And it was
Believe it, I couldn't believe
$5 a day. It was $5 a day.
Wow, that was
It's
a long time
admirable
ago.
that you could even attempt it even back then.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're moving on to the lightning round. The lightning round works like this. Both Jerry and Willie sent me a bunch of facts and supposed facts about themselves before the game. I have selected a few at random from the list and mixed them up on a card here. Actually, Jerry, you should guess first since
Okay.
you need to catch up. So, Willie,
Doing so well at this game.
you are going to read these, and then Jerry, like lightning, you will answer true or lie.
True or lie?
True or lie.
These
you will
are
answer.
about
Like
Willie.
lightning. These are all things that Willie is either
Is there
telling
a
the
time
truth
on the-
about
or just-
or lying
I just do
about.
it fast.
Just like lightning.
World traveler.
Each one he
Okay,
answers.
ready? You
Yeah,
ready?
go ahead.
Ready.
Truth or lie.
I'm allergic to fish that is not shellfish.
I think my brain just fell out of my butt. So you're not allergic to shellfish? But everything else you're allergic to?
Yes, I'm allergic to fish that is not shellfish. Yes.
This is so weird. True. Are these all going to be puzzly like this?
I have a pilot's license.
Lie.
My band my band played at the New Orleans Jazz Fest.
True.
I drive a Citroen.
True.
Sean Connery's wife kicked me in anger.
Oh my God.
I like her now. True. That's weird. That's got to be true.
All right, let's review. Jerry said it's true that you're allergic to fish. It is not shellfish. That is indeed true. So that's 1 point for Jerry. He said it was false, so you had a pilot's license, but no, Willie is actually allowed to fly things, which is kind of scary.
Should have gone with my instincts.
His band did not play at the Northern Jazz Fest.
What
He doesn't have a
Jazzy
band.
with the Buddy Hollies on.
He does not drive a Citroen, though I could see you behind the wheel of that car. But it's true, Sean Connery's wife has kicked you in anger. Which is kind of cool.
Money penny.
Is it truly 3-2 right now?
It is, and the
Okay.
fact of the matter is, he can't win.
Excellent,
but
but let's do it.
The lightning round's too much fun
makes
to
it funner.
skip. So let's just go, because there are prizes for
Nail in the
everybody.
coffin, Willie.
Like lightning. Let's,
it in.
Like lightning, true or lie?
I still have a Pop-Tart almost every morning.
True.
I live with a short Persian fellow named Zand.
That is false.
I had reconstructive surgery on my nose after slipping on ice and breaking it.
True.
I have a dog named Shoe.
True.
I have a dog named Socks.
False.
It was looking good there for a close game anyway. Jerry does not still have a Pop-Tart almost every morning.
No.
He does live with a short Persian fellow named Zand.
Really?
Yeah.
He did not have reconstructive surgery on his nose after
didn't.
slipping on the
I
ice.
didn't get any of that.
He does have a dog named Shoe, and he does not have a dog named Socks.
There you
So, Willie, you picked up
correct.
two more points for a final score of 5-2.
Is that one of the highest scores that anyone's ever gotten? I just want to know.
I'm on the board.
I hate to tell you guys, it's not one of the closest margins or biggest blowouts, but it was still a
Interesting.
really entertaining game.
Interesting.
And Jerry, even though you were not victorious, you still have one chance of winning up to $20
If that is a
million
winning ticket,
tomorrow
I
night.
swear to God, if that is
Willie,
the winning ticket.
especially since you have two charities, you got 5 chances for winning. 5
so
chances
awesome.
at up to
5 chances?
$20 million in next night
That's
Mega
big.
Millions drawing. I would like to thank Willie Garson and Jerry Trainor for coming and playing. I would like to thank Jessie Schneiderman for
Thank
doing
you.
a great job
Yay.
as our chat jockey. Follow her at Schneiderpants on the Twitter. Follow us at Celeb Liar on the Twitter. Yeah. And I want to thank Robin Rouzan and Michael Davis and Matt Edwards and everybody else in theroomlive.com for making this happening. If you haven't been to The Room Live for anything other than Celebrity Liar, come back and check it out. They got music, they got comedy, they got cooking, they got authors. This is honestly the greatest portal on the internet. And the last thank you goes to you for watching. Thanks so much for watching Celebrity Liar. Good night.
Good night.